YouTube, we got How a Single Looks Maxer Changed TikTok Forever by Wojak Maxing. Y'all see the blizzard warning? Pray for me, y'all. Alright, with that being said, let's check it out.
A 20-year-old kid from New Jersey started injecting testosterone at 14, got kicked out of college. A 2-year-old kid from New Jersey started injecting testosterone at 14, got kicked.
Testosterone at 14 is crazy. I don't even think you have your max testosterone at 14 anyway. So to be injecting it,
out of college 3 weeks in for hiding steroids in his dorm, and now has 700,000 followers teaching teenage boys to hit themselves in the face with a hammer. And somehow, that's not even the wildest part. His name is Braden Peters. You probably know him as Clavicular. And whether you think...
If y'all... This caught me off guard. That caught me off guard. If y'all watch the Quan Wiltshire, you already know about this dude.
Or a menace, there's one thing nobody can argue. He changed TikTok's entire culture in under a year. But to understand how one autistic teenager from West Orange, New Jersey,
he's actually autistic,
the algorithm and mainstreamed an entire subculture, you have to understand the world he crawled out of. The underground, looks maxing, didn't start on TikTok. It started in the deepest corners of incel forums sometime around the early 2000s. The idea was simple and honestly kind of depressing. Your face determines your life, your jawline, your eye area, your bone structure. That's it. That's the whole game. These forums developed their own language. Mogging meant outclassing someone with your looks. Ascending meant transforming yourself from unattractive to attractive. A Chad was someone at the top. And if you were at the bottom, well, that's the black pill. The belief that genetics are destiny, and some people are just dealt a losing hand. For years,
I didn't even know black pill was a thing.
Forum posts nobody read, Discord servers with a few hundred members. The vocabulary was so niche.
He put a Wu-Tang shirt on the Discord people.
Mandibular projection in public. People would look at you like you were speaking another language. But then TikTok's algorithm did what it does best. It found the weird stuff, and it pushed it to millions. The rise of CLAV Clavicular's first TikTok went up on October 3rd, 2021. He was 15. The content? Dance videos, trending audio challenges, completely generic stuff that looked like every other kid on the app. But here's where it gets interesting. By his own admission,
but I agree with Daquan has said this, and it makes sense. I agree with looks maxing to an extent, like Daquan says, but when you're doing all the extra shit, like he talking about hitting his face with the things, taking steroids just to look better, like yeah, that's you doing too much, bro. But to care about your looks and to want to look better, to take care of yourself, to want to have better skin, to want to have, you know, take care of your teeth better, like all that stuff matters. That's good stuff.
Clav had
but to do all that extra stuff, yeah, nah.
For a year at that point.
It's too much.
He was 14 when he started, and his reasoning wasn't what you'd expect. He said publicly that he got into looks maxing because he wanted to influence people politically and believed becoming more attractive was the way to do it. Think about that for a second. Most kids at 14 are trying to figure out algebra. This kid was strategizing about social influence through facial aesthetics. The pivot from dance videos to looks maxing content happened gradually, but by early 2025, Clav had found his lane, and the algorithm rewarded him for it. His content was different from the soft self-improvement guys. No drink water and journal advice. Clav was talking about bone smashing, where you
always drinking water,
your jawbone with a hammer to cause microfractures, hoping it grows back stronger. He talked openly about steroids.
Why is it leaking when I take a sip, bro?
Compounds most people have never heard of. And in a move that got him massive attention, he admitted to allegedly using crystal meth to stay lean. The more extreme the content got, the faster it spread. By the summer of 2025, Clav wasn't just popular in the black pill community. He was becoming one of TikTok's most talked about creators. Wired called him one of looks maxing's most popular influencers. The Atlantic later called him the movement's most recognizable face. The explosion.
So there's actual articles talking about this dude?
Clav had gone fully mainstream. He was streaming on Kick, doing IRL content in Miami, and suddenly the collaborations started rolling in. Auden Ross, Sneeko,
Man said Auden Ross,
Jack Doherty, and then the big ones, Nick Fuentes and the Tate brothers. But it was December 2025 that changed everything. First, on December 24th, Christmas Eve, Clav was doing a regular live stream when things went sideways. A man, allegedly a stream sniper who had been stalking him, jumped on the windshield of his Tesla Cybertruck. Clav hit the gas, the clip went everywhere. He got banned from Kick. But instead of laying low, he posted an AI-generated image of himself running someone over with the caption, caption, "Play stupid games, win
I've not seen
stupid
that.
prizes." That tweet alone pulled over 4 million views. 3 days later, he sat down with Michael Knowles on the Daily Wire, and that's when he dropped the quote that broke the internet. He called J.D. Vance, the sitting vice president, subhuman. Then he said Gavin Newsom would beat Vance in 2028, not because of policy, but because Newsom was a Chad who could mog him. That clip ricocheted across every platform. Nick Fuentes called him a total Chad. Republican gubernatorial candidate James Fishback publicly defended him. Rolling Stone, The Atlantic, The Guardian, and Unheard all published pieces about him within weeks of each other. The business. While all this chaos was happening, Clav was quietly building
classes.
He launched Clavicular's Clan on School, a private community charging $49 a month. As of now, it has roughly 1,400 members. He also launched a female version at $25 a month with over 120 members. Do the math on that. Over 1,400 paying members at $49 each. That's potentially north of $68,000 a month from the course alone. And that's before any brand deals, live stream revenue, or sponsored content. Rolling Stone sent a researcher in to investigate. What they found was a curriculum built around jawline optimization, hairline protocols, pharmacology guides, and dating strategies that multiple outlets described as deeply troubling, including advice on escalating physical contact in ways critics called non-consensual. The members, mostly late teens and early 20s, scattered across Western countries, not a single woman. The cultural shift. You know a subculture has truly gone mainstream when Saturday Night Live does a sketch about it. On January 17th, 2026, Finn Wolfhard hosted SNL and played a looks-maxing influencer directly modeled after Clavicular. The character talked about mogging, mandibular growth, and achieving Sigma status by breaking my jaw.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that. All right.
And achieve.
He explained what mogging is. What is mandibular growth? I haven't heard of mandibular. That must be some type of achieving Sigma status by breaking my jawbone. Achieving Sigma status. Sigma status. All right, bro.
Sigma status by breaking my jawbone. The audience laughed. But here's the thing that most people missed. For every person watching that sketch who had no idea what looks maxing was, there were millions of teenage boys who already knew every word of that vocabulary. They'd learned it from Clav's TikToks. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons reported a 14% increase in cosmetic procedures in 2024, with the biggest spike in Botox and fillers. The looks maxing app Umax was pulling in nearly $500,000 a month in subscriptions. Jawline strengthening gum became an actual product category. One kid from New Jersey didn't create all of this alone, but he became the face of it at exactly the right moment and pushed it further and faster than anyone thought possible. Where it stands now. On February 7th, 2026, Clavicular was arrested in Scottsdale, Arizona. He tried to get into a nightclub called Casa Amigos using a fake ID. Police found 2 prescription pills on him. He was booked on suspicion of dangerous drug possession and possession of a forged instrument. He appeared before a judge the next day. He's 20 years old. He can't legally drink, but he's been on testosterone for 6
I was gonna say, why does he need a fake ID? But okay, he's 20
years.
So
Allegedly used crystal meth, made himself
what?
Drink, but he's been on testosterone for 6 years. Allegedly used crystal meth, made himself infertile from steroid abuse by his own admission, and built an empire selling the idea that your bone structure is the most important thing about you.
He's infertile at 20 years old.
Younger than he is. The Forward put him on their list of right-wing extremists to watch in 2026. The Guardian called him one of the most prominent influencers in the looks maxing community. A researcher at Rolling Stone said his content should scare everyone, but his followers, they're still posting ascend in the comments. Still buying the $49 course. Still mewing in their bathroom mirrors at 2 a.m. because a kid their age told them their face wasn't good enough. And that's the thing about Clavicular that nobody really talks about. He didn't invent looks maxing. He didn't create the black pill. He just proved that if you package male insecurity the right way, the algorithm will do the rest. So here's my question.
And he gets paid off it.
Is Clav a symptom of something broken in how young men see themselves online? Or did he actually break it?
Bro, my opinion, bro, is extra as hell. Like, to be taking meth, hitting your face, all that extra. Just take care of your necessities, bro. What you gotta take care of. If you don't have a super strong jawline, it is what it is, bro. Like, not everybody's gonna have a super strong jawline. Some of it's genetics. Like, you see me, bro. I don't got a super strong jawline. I'm not fat. I just don't have a super strong jawline. It is what it is. With that being said, man, catch y'all in the next video, bro.